And we're off. York versus Leicester. York first to the quaff on. It's back to Tom Stevens, because of course it's back to Tom Stevens. With the ball far side. Fakes the pass. It's back there with Caleb Pakeman. Switched back to Stevens. Square there. Pakeman again. And Pakeman scores! 1-0 York. Oh no, you can, I've got to, I mean, you can kick one of these. Big Joe Wilson now with the ball. The bear, number 9. Walking it up the pitch. Stevens comes out to meet him. Ball's out there, but it's taken to ground anyway is Wilson. More contact there, but Leicester managed to get the ball out. No, and the ball is just below the hoop. And York come away with it, and it's Stevens, but he decides to slow it down slightly. Waits for Pakeman.
Time check. 10 minutes.
Stevens goes long, jumps. Oh, it's just spilt. It's back over the top towards Stevens. Has the ball again. With the ball far side, Tom Stevens shielded by one of his beaters. Looking square, Caleb Pakeman lurking with intent just by the halfway line. And the foul's open by his beaters. York go too clear. Leicester with the ball now. Down this near side. Still with the ball are Leicester. Joe Wilson fending off Stevens, who drags him to ground again. Gets the ball away though. Inside and Leicester pull one back to 2-1. Tom Stevens though looking to break quickly. Goes long over the top towards Pakeman, who spills it. And he's beat away, and Joe Wilson can come up with the ball. Go, 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 it's the shouts from the sideline. Breezes through one tackle. Decides to slow down as the beaters are back. Beaters will cut, beaters will come. But he's made it to the York keeper line.
Who's just next ref?
Stevens makes contact again. Looks vaguely unconcerned despite the fact he's being dragged to ground by him twice. Stevens attempts to jump and steal. Doesn't quite come off.
Oh, can somebody help? There we go.
And now he goes low and drags him down. Ball's out though again. Again Stevens makes contact. The ball's fumbled by Leicester. But they come up with it anyway. And they look to build from halfway. Very slow from Leicester. Looking for the opportunity. Leicester with bludgeon possession, as they have from pretty much the start of the game.
Drop in!
Caleb dropping into where you'd normally expect a keeper to defend. Tom Stevens comes out. Ball's tossed over his head. Again, Piggy in the middle with Stevens as Leicester try and go round. And he's dragged to ground there. Ball comes back out low. York looks to break. They look to break now. Stevens in support for one. It's over the top of everyone. Stevens with his first to the ball. Goes again. There's a hoop on the ground. Stevens scores. 3-1 to York. Joe Wilson faced up by Pakeman. And the ball's out there. Back with Leicester still, but the York Beaters now have control and control that situation well. York driving, but Leicester's Beaters now clean up. There's blood just flying all over the joint, but York come away with it. It's long towards Pakeman. Pakeman scores 4-1 York.
Just coming up to 6
6 minutes gone. Joe Wilson once again with the quaffle.
Yeah, I was just checking they were here.
As he looks to break, tries to go over the top of Pakeman, but the ball's stripped from him, and Stevens can take it, and Stevens is fast, and Stevens is very fast, and he drives, and scores! Pakeman shouting for his sub there, sprints back. Harry Smith coming on. Leicester very slow, turning round from conceding, allowing York to set. Probably not the best decision you could make. Not the best decision one could make, certainly. They go again. Leicester looking to make some holes. Point chase is gone. There, Wilson side to side is stripped again, but he returns the ball. It's long. What's the time?
Time 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Where's your med tent?
My med tent?
Yeah. Oh, we got told to go to the group, or is it just the big ops tent?
No, it's round the corner.
Oh, okay. Anytime, so after 1 minute.
Aaron, is that a hoop?
Tom Stevens now with the quaffle once more. Just walks up over the top of Wilson. Beats missed, hurled. Wilson fumbles the catch. And no, Tom Stevens. And we have brooms down. Stevens is appealing for something.
It's in swim as well, yeah.
Oh, Joe, what happened? Shirt grab, yellow card.
I saw his hand, I got some shirt.
And York immediately capitalise on the power play. (6-1) to York. Kieran Smith, Captain Wheaties is on. Wheatos even. Again, so slow from Leicester. Too slow, I would say. He's forced back by Phil Brown. And York have the quaffle. Thank you. And Stevens looks to break there, pumps one and scores. 7-1 York lead. Nearly 9 minutes gone here. York versus Leicester. Leicester again very slow with their build-up. It's long over to the far side. It's back again. And they break inside there. Leicester again back to the keeper, who's hit hard by the York defence, but comes away with the ball. Hit again, but the keeper's fine inside his zone. And the quaffle carrier just walks laterally across the keeper zone, looking for options there.
Game time is 15 minutes.
And the ball swatted down from the Leicester player who's carrying it, and York break. And he's just slipped there at the crucial moment, and it's back to York. Still with the ball in just outside the Leicester half. Back with the York keeper now, number 77. Almost looks to drive but decides to check out of it. Looking for options, just walking towards keeper's zone. Hole made by his beaters. Goes long over the top into space where no one is. The beat comes off the quaffle. Is he beat? No, it seems not. But Leicester's beaters finally managed to clean up there. Leicester again, too slow. Far too slow.
11 minutes.
Leicester with bludger possession, but not really using it. Looking for options just outside the York keeper zone. Square. York again looking, shoots, almost, shots, good! That's 7-2, York lead over Leicester now.
What did I say? 5 before that.
York now trail the ball up just slowly. No need to rush now, they do have their lead. Checks inside, away from the pressure. Looking for runners ahead. Very little motion happening in the Leicester keeper zone though. Looking for the ball. It's not happening. There's almost someone trying to muscle the big man out of the way. There's a fend there. The ball goes wide of its mark though. Leicester player slides into it, and the Leicester keeper comes down to claim. But again, they're slow, and again, they allow York to reset.
You can just go and win the opposite team score. You have 36 seconds.
It's back still with Leicester. Starting to use their bludgers a little bit more. Some nice little passes going on, but not much forward movement. Again, York's beaters clean up, and Stevens, he looks to break. Checks back inside though, and back. Directing his troops. Pakeman's back into the fray. It's tapped on, but it comes to Pakeman anyway, who shoots. Just tipped over there by the Leicester keeper. Stevens shoots, it's long. Pakeman takes the rebound, goes again. Slips out of one tackle. A beater. He's not a beat though. It misses. Stevens in the backcourt scores. 8-2. York lead. What's the time?
10 seconds.
When you get control.
York again pick the ball up in midfield. This time it's Pakeman, and you're not stopping him from. Oh no, you are stopping him from there because he's completely misjudged that. But Stevens cleans up after him. And it's another goal for York. 9 points to 2. Stevens chased off the quaffle there by the beater.
Assuming the goal is good. Assuming the goal is good.
Leicester with the ball out there, but the beaters from York. A little bit of a shoulder from Pakeman there, but nothing doing. Leicester keeper doesn't like it, and that... Oh, it's nicked by Stevens there, and he can break, and he can still break, and there we go. Tom Stevens doing what Tom Stevens does. 10 points to 2, 120. York lead over Leicester. Leicester again slow. York's beaters pressing very well. Leicester doing well to get out of that one. Leicester with the quaffle outside the keeper zone, goes for it, and that's claimed easily by Stevens. He looks to break yet again, decides to check out of it at the halfway line. Directing his troops. Looking long. It's just tipped up. Oh, it's a good save. It's a good save, and Leicester claim it. Leicester now with the quaffle. Back over the head. Classy.
17 and 10 seconds.
Attempted handoff doesn't quite work, and he's driven back. He's dragged to ground. And a lot of confusion there. The ball ends up in York's hands. Nothing's doing. Tom Stevens with the ball.
Yes, Caroline. Ever make a song. Ever make a song.
Stevens drives again. It's square. Shots just over the top. But Stevens once again is first to the loose ball. Driving, shooting, scoring.
3, 2, 1.
It's 110 to 20. And Leicester taking up a defensive position, as you would expect, on the snitch. It was Tom Stevens.
Oh! Go on, you can't score after that. Go on.
York driving immediately from the snitch, trying to get through the defensive seeker from Leicester. It's not getting much change out of Tom Norton, though. And he's lost his shoe, and Norton's nicked his broom. And Leicester have scored in the meantime.
Stevens on the other team.
It was an own goal, Tom Stevens.
He sort of.
How do you count that?
It's
Goal scored for Leicester.
110-30. York again driving for the snitch. Goes. He's not getting low enough. He's not getting low enough there to beat Norton. Norton's got too much experience to be taken high like that. Oh, he's just thrown disdainfully there by Tom Norton. Goes for the dive, and Leicester's defensive seeker just steps over him. but is beat away immediately. York driving again for the snitch. Meanwhile, Harry Smith holds the quaffle midway inside their half. Back between Stevens and Smith. They're just being slow with the quaffle now. They know they don't need to do much more than catch a snitch. And Phil Brown's coming on. They beat him away, and Phil Brown's caught immediately! He comes on in one drive. He's got it in his hand. It looks good to me. But I am not an expert. So. The referees confer that I don't see much wrong with this. Shenanigans occurring in the Swans and Sheffield game going on behind us. And the catch is good, and York have won 140-30. Big win for York over Leicester, that. And that's me for yet another match.